big of a problem would it be for a pilot flying from Seattle to San Francisco to be just 1 degree off course? Well, he would wind up missing the airport by 10 miles. 1 degree doesn't seem like much, but in the end, it takes us somewhere completely different. Our choices are like headings on a compass. If our choices are off by even just a little bit, we can miss our final destination by miles. 1 degree, 1 choice is hardly noticeable, but if left uncorrected, we'll end up where we never wanted to be. The ability to choose is powerful. Correctly used, unlimited opportunity is ours. By consistently making the best choices, we become unstoppable. It unleashes our vast potential, and life becomes a satisfying journey of abundant happiness.
The only way to live life to the fullest is to understand God's original design and purpose for our lives. According to Genesis, God created life in 6 days and rested on the 7th day. If rest was important in a perfect world, then it's even more important in our imperfect world. The Bible says, "Be still and know that I am God." This means far more than getting 8 hours of sleep or taking your annual vacation. We are going to explore the 3 dimensions of rest: physical, mental, and spiritual. Experiencing each of these elements of rest daily, weekly, and yearly will rejuvenate our mind, our body, and our spirit.
When you close your eyes and drift away to your private sanctuary of peace, calm, and quiet, what do you see? Well, if you're like me and the rest of us who long for a little heaven on earth, I'll bet you're not calling up visions of clutter and clatter, stale air, and awful smells. Why? Well, it seems obvious. Inherently, we know the difference between an environment that lifts our spirits and one that pulls us deeper into darker places. Research confirms that our environment either affects us positively or negatively. It affects our feelings, thoughts, mood, and actions. Here's an example that demonstrates the simple impact of a little bit of nature. A study of urban residents, city dwellers who live in apartment buildings. Those whose buildings were landscaped have stronger feelings of community. They know their neighbors better, socialize more, and feel more secure. Just having a bit of nature outside their home proved to be a coping mechanism for mental fatigue. Trees and greenery ease the grinding stresses of inner city living. A natural environment created stronger feelings of hope for the future and helped residents manage their problems more effectively. They were more satisfied with life overall.
Movement is life. As Kenneth Cooper likes to say, it's easier to maintain your health than regain it. He's absolutely right. Activity activates growth processes in our body and mind that keep us young mentally and physically. The good news is that recent research suggests we don't have to spend countless hours in the gym to become healthy and fit. And some of the most exciting studies deal with the effect of activity on the brain. The bottom line is that if you want to be dynamic, have more energy, and feel more alive, then you have to start moving because motion has life-sustaining benefits.
The creation story is based on trust. First, God trusts humans. He trusts them so much He creates a perfect world for them to live in. He names it Eden. It's chronicled in Genesis. He trusts them so deeply that He allows them to take over that entire garden and manage it. He trusts them so deeply that He allows them to even determine the course of their lives and their destiny. They can choose to be with Him, follow His plan, or choose to follow their own thinking. He symbolizes that choice with two trees placed in the middle of the garden. These two trees stand for your two choices today. One is the tree of life. It is all the good things that God has in store. In fact, if you look at the way God made the Garden of Eden, it had multiple good things. It was just replenished with all the great things of life. There was only one evil thing. That is the other tree, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. We could call it the tree of self. There it was inhabited by a certain serpent that whispered, "You can make it on your own. You can be your own God. Don't trust anybody but yourself." God, on the other hand, came each evening to linger in the garden with His family, to eat from the tree, to share the stories, to give Himself an understanding of His love.
There are people in my life who just make me smile whenever I think of them. They lift me up and make my life better. Then on the other hand, there are people who, well, you know those kind of people. It's an undeniable fact that good interpersonal relationships improve our life. Dr. Dean Ornish writes this about friendships. "I'm not aware of any other factor in medicine, not diet, not smoking, not exercise, not stress, not genetics, not drugs, not surgery, that has a greater impact on our quality of life, incidence of illness, and premature death from all causes."
Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get all the breaks? Why she got the promotion or he got the raise? Why life seems to hand some people their dreams on a silver platter? Think about the kids you went to high school with. We all know someone in our class who really surprised us. You know, the kid who seemed to have all the brains but somehow didn't achieve much of anything significant. But then on the other hand, there's the classmate whose success amazes everyone at the class reunion. Though their lives appeared very average in high school, everything just seemed to go their way. Success or happiness is not a matter of good or bad luck. It happens by design. Successful people see life differently. They live with an optimistic outlook. It is important to understand the benefits of optimism because research has revealed that optimism plays a significant role in our overall health, from different rates of cancer to overall immune functioning.
Food is the energy that makes it possible for our body to regenerate and grow. To get better results, all we have to do is fuel our body with better food. Human blood cells only live for about 4 months, so our body is constantly replacing old blood cells with new ones. Thousands of new cells regenerate in our body daily. That's why fueling our body with the highest quality of food helps to create the healthiest cells. So we should enjoy a variety of foods that are prepared in fresh ways. A balanced approach that adds colors, textures, and flavors is best. Different foods equal different nutrients.